Okay, what I want to do is show how I can support the workflow for, say, a Sketchup file. So I'm in a Revit project, I'm on the site level. And what I'm doing is I'm about to say that I'm going to create a in-place mass object in my project. And then instead of drawing the actual mass forms, I'm going to bring in my Sketchup file. So I'll say in-place mass. Whatever I want to call it. Think of that like a wrapper that's waiting for me to put something inside it, and then when I'm finished I can say finish mass. So what I'm actually putting inside it is I'm saying let's insert a CAD file, and down here I'm able to choose the format for the CAD file. I'll choose the SketchUp format. I'll pick this 3D simple massing object, and I'll, just to show some different options, I'll say go to black and white and only bring in the visible layers, and let me manually place the origin. So when I say open, this is me being able to place my building on the site there. So I could place it, rotate it, do whatever I want with it. Let's just drop it in here, and actually let me grab it and say something like rotate if let's do it this way. I'm going to drop the origin on there. I'm going to say there's the initial angle, and what I want to do is turn it until it's vertical like that. So I could bring it in and start to work on it. I'm going to say that I'm finished with the mass. It tells me it's only got mesh geometry, that's fine. SketchUp doesn't know what volumes are really, although the mass geometry created in Vasari can track all of that stuff. You're not getting that from a DWG, or you're not getting it from a SketchUp, or you're not getting it from Rhino. I'm now going to look at it in 3D. So I'm looking at my project, and I can now start to work. And let's just take this portion of the building and how I can start to produce my finished drawings. Under massing inside, I've got these options of creating roofs, walls, floors. So what I want to do is I'm going to say let's create me a wall where, if I assume that these represent the outside surface of the building, then what I'm going to do is say choose the finish face exterior, and I could come in here. I can either use generic, or I could go to finished wall straight away. So I could actually say, let's assume I've got brick on concrete masonry unit that goes on this surface and that surface and this and this. Okay, so I'm actually putting it straight into my model. Let's say that I'm going to put something else. Let's say a curtain wall system, storefront. Oh, actually, yeah, on there and on there. So the point is just that I can start to draft really on top of the surfaces of my SketchUp file that I brought in. Now let's finish that little piece by just saying let's put a roof onto the top of here, and then finish by saying create roof. Oh, and if I wanted, I can pick the roof and I can go in and say let's make it a steel truss installation and a metal deck, whatever. So I can change it and start to work on this. So I'm actually putting finished building components into my project, and it's a completely different way for me to work, but it's a legitimate way for me to get results quickly. So let's just pick the exterior brick and concrete. I'm going to assume that I've got the same on here and on that face. Okay, I'm not going to do much more with that. When you bring in a file like a DWG or a Sketchup, at some point it's probably a good idea to get rid of it. It's just adding to the size of the project, and you certainly don't want to explode it because you'd leave a lot of information in your model and increase the size of your Revit file. Ideally, you could actually, instead of inserting, you could actually link. That would be a better way to do it, but I wanted to show how you could bring it into the model.